We have a special relationship and we have a very special place in terms of Māori in New Zealand as First People. And given that DIA, we have a relationship with every New Zealander for their entire life. And that whole life and the connections of that life to other lives is very much a Māori view of the world. And so for me, when I think about how we engage with Māori, whether it's our staff, our customers, Te Ata Mera, Tai Whenua, ministers, government, whomever, I think what we need to do is actually make sure that we listen and listen hard about the view of the world and how we bring that back into our own service design, into the development of our people, even in policy, because there's much to learn.
Well, I think the first thing is that we need to be welcoming, and that means to be welcoming to Māori in particular in this case. I mean, we need to be welcoming to everybody. So when they come in here, they need to feel that it's their place. And often with a big institution like this, Māori quite often don't feel that way. So we have to go the extra mile to actually make sure that they do feel at home here. We also have to make sure that we incorporate into the things we do here Māori elements. For example, I run programs here. We've got one on innovation at the moment. We've made a particular effort to ensure that there are Māori innovators involved in that. And also in the events that we run, we bring in Māori speakers and so on.
Because I'm of the era that are slightly being, wanting to spend time sitting at a computer or even knowing how to get strange ones here to work, I tried pushing a couple of buttons before, but nothing happened, so I give up, quite easily with IT stuff. And there doesn't seem to be a wandering person that'll help.
I think foremost in my mind is the obligation that I have to honour the treaty as an employee, and also the privilege that I have in terms of my knowledge as an employee and also as a Pākehā person. There are often quite a few cultural differences that we encounter, and often dealing with quite sensitive and complicated situations in the contact centre role. For example, sometimes you'll get people on the phone who are looking after children through whāngai adoption processes but don't have legal guardianship, and so you've got to be quite sensitive with regards to how you talk to them and how you behave, and acknowledge the place of whāngai within Māori and New Zealand society.
I think first of all it's about making connections and building relationships. So in Māori terms we're talking about whakapapa and whakawhanaungatanga. Those are intricate, to Māori. It's our way of, if I know you, then I can have a relationship with you, and then we can build on that. First thing that people will ask you is, who are you and where are you from? Because they like to make that connection. And once they have that, it doesn't matter whether you're Māori or non-Māori. It's about they know who you are and they know where you're from. And then it's about building that relationship from there, so getting to know each other better, getting to understand each other, what's different about each other. It's about understanding diversity.
I think I'll start by firstly acknowledging the rich history that the department already has working with Māori. It goes back a long, long way. So it's not as if we're starting from ground zero on this. We already have a lot of connections and experience working with Māori communities. That's a great platform to sort of build on. The other thing I'd say about working with Māori is getting the relationship right. It's a big part of it. So if we can manage to get the relationship right at the front end, that'll go a long way towards us having good interactions with Māori communities. In the development of policies or service programs, I think we need to talk early at the front end to Māori and have those conversations right up front.
The things that seem obvious to me are around things like te reo. Language plays a big part in cultural diversity, and the nuances within the language can be big. So just simple things in the way that people are greeted, the types of way we orchestrate meetings, for example. Some of the Māori protocol is a little bit more around consensus and everyone sharing versus a dictatorial style or just one or two people speaking. So the concept of whakamā comes up a lot. And my belief is that sometimes what's holding back the real collaboration with perhaps the department and Māori communities is that they're actually shy and they don't know how to express themselves in a way that they would in an environment where they feel safe. So building a safe environment to have the real discussions would be one of the top priorities I'd recommend for the department going forward.